Well, the seat of Bennelong on Sydney's lower North Shore is shaping up as a celebrity showdown, with former tennis star John Alexander challenging the former television journalist Maxine McKew. In 2007, Maxine McKew became an overnight Labor Party hero by winning the seat from the then Prime Minister John Howard. But Maxine McKew's chances of re-election have taken a blow with the sudden ousting of Kevin Rudd from the Prime Ministership. Rudd was popular with Bennelong's large Chinese community, and his political assassination may hurt Labor at the ballot box. John Stewart reports.
It was the iconic moment of Labor's victory in 2007. Maxine McKew defeating John Howard in a seat the Prime Minister had held for 33 years. Kevin Rudd played a key role in recruiting Maxine McKew to the Labor cause, and when he faced political oblivion last month, she supported him to the end.
我和我夫人，我们80年代跟我们的小女孩到北京去工作。
The Mandarin-speaking former PM would have been an asset with many in Bennelong's large Asian community, and his sudden ousting could affect McKew's re-election chances.
No one quite expected Kevin Rudd to go quite that way, and so there was certainly a bit of shock and disappointment a couple of weeks ago when he stepped down, and some people might take that grudge to the ballot box.
The sitting member says the local Chinese community has moved on.
I've heard a range of views, and certainly, though, I think people are now focusing on the leadership that Julia Gillard is providing, and they see in Julia someone who has invested enormously in education.
Labor holds Bennelong by a vulnerable 1.4% margin, and the Liberal Party has pre-selected a high-profile tennis celebrity to contest the seat.
You're going to vote for Liberal. Stop the big spending. Yeah, I'll vote for Liberal. Excellent. I knew you were a good man the moment I saw you. Not a problem.
John Alexander, now a businessman, says the Bennelong community is concerned about Labor's out-of-control spending.
Look, the central issue is the economy. There is great concern over the waste. We can see it here in Bennelong and the building of the education revolution and the social housing projects that sometimes run at 3 times the rate of per square metre charges. And whether they think it's a good idea or a bad idea, some of these things, the waste is irrefutable.
Maxine McKew says Bennelong voters are focused on health, education and jobs.
This is an area that I always say is smart, ambitious and innovative, and I do think that people are focusing on all of the kinds of things that can feed into those features.
When John Howard first won the seat in 1974, it was a mostly white Anglo-Saxon community. Today the electorate looks very different. More than 40% of the people living here were born overseas. The electorate is a diverse mix of Chinese, Sri Lankan, Indian, Afghan and Korean communities. Not surprisingly, the issue of border protection and asylum seekers are sharply dividing the community and the candidates.
Well, I think both parties are disappointing on asylum seekers.
Some people jumping into the queue without any genuine reasons and taking another advantage of it. Yeah, so I think we needed to have a bit tougher.
Everybody who's come in legitimately wants everybody else to come in that way. It's just an extension of policing. It's the ultimate policing of our country, is to protect our borders.
Well, broadly, this is a very welcoming community, and my view is Australia always, must remain welcoming to migrants.
In 2007, John Howard won the primary vote in Bennelong, but the Greens directed over 4,000 votes to Labor, giving Maxine McKew the seat. This time around, Green preferences will also be crucial, and once again, the vast majority are expected to go to Labor. Lindsay Peters is the Greens candidate for Bennelong. He rejects any notion that Bennelong voters are wary of asylum seekers, and he wants a government with a more humane approach to refugees.
My own father himself was a refugee from Nazi Germany. He's now, he's earned the Order of Australia. You know, I mean, these people who come from these countries have a huge amount to give to Australia, and I think all migrants actually are aware of that.
Labor has only held Bennelong for one term. The next 4 weeks will determine whether or not John Alexander can reclaim a seat once considered Liberal heartland. John Stewart, Late Line.